Hi everyone. Thank you for inviting me to participate today. I'm so very sorry I can't be there in person, but I appreciate the great leadership of Representatives Curtis, Moore, Owens, and Malloy. They are superb ambassadors for Utah and the great things that we are achieving. I'm honored to be participating with them today. I'm also grateful for all the Utah business leaders joining today. We love working with them and are so grateful for their leadership in Utah. I'm thrilled with our topic today. I have long been frustrated with the doctrine of Chevron deference and the impact it has had on our state. And I'm excited about the possibility that the Supreme Court will roll back that doctrine in the next several weeks. The principle of deferring to a federal agency's interpretation of a federal statute, as long as that interpretation is reasonable, has for the past 40 years empowered federal agencies to grow their missions and expand their power in ways that are consistently bad for state authority, bad for economic growth, and bad for individual liberty and human flourishing. It's not that every idea that comes from federal agencies is bad, but it's usually inappropriate for the federal government to do it. The best policy experimentation comes from states, which is how the founders designed our system. We have a horizontal separation of powers between branches of government, but also a vertical separation of powers between states and the federal government. The doctrine of Chevron deference has managed to harm both the horizontal and vertical separation of powers, constraining the judicial branch's ability to police the line between the legislature and the executive to make sure that the executive is not operating as a king, as Justice Kavanaugh said, and at the same time allowing federal agency authority to grow at the expense of state authority. 2 years ago, we saw the Supreme Court begin to weaken Chevron deference with its decision in West Virginia versus EPA, which limited a federal agency's ability to make sweeping decisions without explicit congressional authorization. That was the correct decision and has empowered us in Utah to push back on a number of decisions by the EPA, the Department of Interior, and other federal agencies that we think go far beyond their congressionally delegated powers. Let me also say that the presumption that federal officials have more expertise than others is just flat out wrong. In Utah, we have remarkably talented state experts on tax policy, workforce development, labor policy, public lands management, and environmental regulation. We are proud of the work we do in collaboration with other stakeholders to create a business environment that fosters innovation, growth, and healthy competition. And as chair of the National Governors Association, I've worked to help states share good ideas with each other. We are aggressive in copying the good ideas we see come from other states, and they do the same in stealing our ideas. In fact, U.S. News and World Report recently named Utah the best state in the nation for the second year in a row. Utah's people and our robust civil society deserve the most credit for that designation, but we believe it also comes from an obsessive focus on good governance. Credit for that goes to an excellent legislature, mayors, county commissioners, and other local leaders throughout our great state. We're also proud of the culture we've created around healthy conflict as an essential ingredient in creating good policy. It's totally appropriate to criticize ideas and have a good debate, but not to treat our opponents with contempt or suggest that they're bad people. That's part of the Utah way. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate today.